Hello, my name is Kathy Singh, and I have done my master's in zoology from Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati University of Ajmer in 2024. And I have done my bachelor's in botany and zoology. And right now, I'm having an experience of 5 years in teaching AP biology, NEET biology, and A and AS level biology. In all these three curriculums, the most important topics are cell cycle, and that's what we are going to start today. Not entire topic, but a very important topic in cell cycle. So let me share my screen and let's start with it. We are going to learn today about cell division. What is cell division? Cell division is like splitting of a parent cell to give rise to two daughter cells. What is happening here? This is, for example, my parent cell. Parent cell is giving rise to two daughter cells. They are clone of my parent. Okay, this is as in asexual reproduction. The parent give rise to two daughter cells which are identical. These two daughter cells are clone. If I'm going to write it in words, what is cell division? Cell division is nothing but the splitting of a parent cell to give rise to two daughter cells. Here, the parent cell divides to give rise to two daughter cells. Here, the cell division is a part of growth where the cell is going to grow and finally going to give rise to two daughter cells. So, here we are going to start cell cycle. What is cell cycle? In this, a parent cell is going to go through sequence of events eventually to give two daughter cells. So, what is cell cycle? It is the sequence of events in which the cell is eventually going to divide. So what are the sequence of events? First is the duplication of genome. Duplication of genome. Second is obviously like if you're going for a track or any other thing, you need resources, right? So for that, here we are going to do what? We need to synthesize other constituents which we need during the journey, right? Synthesize other constituents. Third one is the last thing which we need during the cell cycle is to divide it, right? Eventually what I need to divide the cell. First, I'm going to duplicate its genome. Second, I'm going to synthesize the constituent which I need entirely. And then finally, I need the result. That is cell division. So we are going to study today the cell cycle and cell division. I'm going to take a new page so we can start over there. As I told you, the cell cycle is a sequence of events. Right now, writing cell cycle. Cell cycle is divided into two parts. First is the interphase. And the second part is known as M phase. Now, when we are going to write AP exams, we prepare for that entire day. Entire year, we are preparing for AP exams. And the AP exams happen on the single day. Just like that, for example, if my cell cycle is for 24 hours, right? I'm going to spend 23 hours in preparing for it. Okay. And the rest 1 hour is the actual process where the cell is going to get divided. That's what happening over here. Same. The entire year I'm preparing for my exams and the 1 hour exam is going to dictate my entire preparation. Right? Same. So in interphase, what is happening here? This is the longest phase of cell cycle, longest phase. Here, where my cell is going to remain metabolically active. Means it's going to do all the functions to stay strong, right? Metabolically active. And here, my cell is preparing itself for cell division. Preparing itself for what? For M phase. preparing itself for cell division. That's what's going to happen in M phase. So today we are going to learn about interphase. As you can see in this diagram, the blue part represents the phase of interphase. This blue region interprets the phase of interphase. Interphase is divided into three parts: G1, S, and G2. What are the parts of interphase? That is G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. The G1, S, and G2. The longest one is G1, the second is S, and the third one is G2. That is what makes interphase. So let's understand all these three phases in the next page. Okay. As I told you, first we are going to learn about G1 phase. So what is actually happening in G1 phase? In G1 phase, my cell is going to make sure that it has enough constituents to begin with. If you're going for hiking, you need food, water to make sure that you're not going to get dehydrated in between the journey. So here, my cell prepares by what it's going to do? First, it's going to synthesize amino acids, nucleotide, RNA, and proteins for the journey, for the division. Second, it's going to grow in size, okay? It needs to grow in size. Third, as I told you, this is metabolically active state. So here my cell is going to remain very active during the journey. So to make sure that it has enough materials. And again, here what is happening? Other organelles are also going to get divided. Organelles divides, like your Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, they're going to actively divide themselves. Okay, we're going to divide. Now here my cell has prepared itself by making enough resources for it. Now what happens? Sometimes the cell is like entering a phase, which happens in G1. The cell enters in a phase that we call G0 phase. This is also known as quiescent phase. In this phase, the cell is metabolically active, but it cannot divide. It restricts itself from division. Restricts itself from division. Neurons, for example, if you ever got damaged neurons, they cannot get replaced with other neurons. Okay, so the examples are neurons. The next phase is, as I told you, S phase, the very important phase of interphase. What happens in S phase? The very important phase is replication of DNA. Replication of DNA. It means if I got 2C DNA, if my parent cell got 2C DNA, this 2C DNA needs to become 4C. What is happening in this process? The replication occurs of what? DNA. If its amount initially was 2C, now it's going to increase by 4C. Here, one thing to note, my cell is going to show replication in DNA, but not the chromosome. Chromosome number remains same. Chromosome numbers remain same. Okay, for example, initially my chromosome looks something like that. So after replication, it's gonna get one more chromate. I hope you're getting me. So if you know what is happening here, what is the difference between these two chromosomes? This one is 2C. Okay, this was 2C and one chromosome. Chromosome with 2C. 2C means 2C amount of DNA. And this one is again one chromosome with 4C DNA. Right? The last phase is known as G2 phase, where we are going to make other proteins for cell division. Proteins like tubulin are going to get synthesized, as well as my centrosome divides. And after this, we are going to enter in the M phase. I hope you understand the topic very well. So what is happening here? First, we know the cell cycle is divided into two parts, interphase and M phase. Then in interphase, we learn about G1, S and G2. G1 is the phase where the cell is going to make its constituents and going to grow in size. In S phase, actual replication is occurring. And in G2 phase, we are going to make proteins like tubulin, again more proteins, and cytosome is going to divide. And immediately is going to lead into M phase, where the cell division occurs. Thank you.